Home sweet home. Ozone layer's gone by then. It's just one problem.
Alright, let's get us going. So this one's gotta go here. And then these ones got to go here. We plug in the white cord. And then the magic happens. The magic of the power cord. Boop, boop, boop.
There you go.
Alright.
I'm not supposed to take anything for treatment.
And then we hit the pause button over here. Ward Bear, welcome, welcome. Let me hit the pause. There's the pause button. What's up, man? First Aid Bear! Welcome, welcome, brother. Guys, so I'm sure both y'all saw the, whatchamacallit, the posts or whatever that I made about the Trump rally yesterday. So much fun. And, it was absolutely fantastic. Waiting for your edibles to hit. Nice. There it is. First Aid Bear, how you doing, bro? What's going on? I was in on your few second stream update. Nice. So, one of the main reasons why yesterday was so fantastic is because I met a pretty lady. But I think when she gave me her phone number, I wrote it down wrong. So I think I just kind of fucked myself. So we shall see. Right? But like the funny thing was when I met her yesterday, like when I first met her I was like, oh, like yeah, that one. Like when I first met her I was like, oh yeah, cool, you're an attractive girl, whatever, no big deal. And I was just doing like my job. And then like fast forward several hours later, I was in line with her and we just started talking and vibing, and like she's an absolutely amazing human being. And that's when she got my attention, is after we had like a real conversation. I was like, whoa, you're amazing, that's awesome. And then I did the whole gentleman thing, found her a chair for the event, blah blah blah, you know, those things. And like it was super cool because we were talking the whole time. Fuck you, First Aid Bear. She is not a whore. I don't think so. She could be. And Fretless Bear, welcome. And First Aid Bear, to be fair, hypothetically, she could be a whore. I really don't know her that well. But just because a woman gives you her phone number does not mean that's consent for sex. Like, that's absurd. Even in my most hedonistic days, that was never a rule. So either A, First Aid Bear is like the god of like having sex outside of marriage, which is not good, or B, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Alright, you're joshing me. I was going. I don't know. Did I just get triggered because I like this girl? Uh-oh. Fuck. First Aid Bear. Fuck you for revealing the truth. But really, I love you for that. But damn, dude. That's weird. Whatever. Joshing means like I'm joking. It's a weird thing from the 90s. Beta male. Well, see, that's like first aid bear. Like that's why I took a second back there, because I've been purposefully avoiding like romantic relationships for a while now, just because I want, like, once I enter the next relationship or whatever, I want that to be like the one, you know. Tartarian Productions, welcome. And I know that like the statistical probability of that is not the highest, but that's what I'm going for. So when this girl just randomly shows up like out of nowhere, so like, dude, like one of the reasons why I'm kind of like tripping about it. Oh yeah, Tartarian, DM me, like let me know like when you're gonna go live, and I'll try and join on your live. Yeah, first aid bear, that's what I'll be going for. Is like that's what's kind of weird. It's because the past couple of weeks I've been like really submitting myself to God in a lot of ways that I don't normally do. And one of the things that I've kind of been like putting up to God is like, hey God, like, you know I want to get married eventually, but I only want to get married to like whoever you want me to. And so like I kind of been praying those kind of prayers. And so Land Down Under Bear, welcome from Australia, better man. And so like it was just kind of weird because this girl came out of nowhere, and she was just like amazingly attractive and like in personality. And then like honestly, I didn't notice her physical beauty until we were in line and like we had talked, and like I got to know her a little bit more. So the great thing about this whole scenario is at the end of the day, after I met her, got her number, blah blah blah, like the whole rest of the day, like yesterday, I was like, God, don't let me obsess over this chick, and like let your will be done above all else. So ironically, if I just entered her number wrong, that's an answer to prayer. Yeah, she's super hot and super cool, so like, aw, bummer, because I entered her number wrong, but you know, whatever, it's still an answer to prayer. And who knows, hypothetically, I didn't enter her number wrong, and I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. Land Down Under, like, I totally agree, obsession ruins it, but there's a difference between obsession and, like, I guess being optimistically, Handy Adam, welcome, being, like, optimistically, like, encouraged about the situation. And so it's, like, I wasn't, like, so, I sent her a text yesterday after I met her. I was like, oh, it was great meeting you, blah, 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 whatever. And she already expressed desire to hang out with me later this week, so I called her today, left her a voicemail, and either A, I entered her number wrong, or B, she really wasn't that into me. Either way, it really doesn't matter, because, you know, whatever, like, hypothetically, best case scenario, I entered her number wrong, and I'll see her eventually someday in the future, maybe, I don't know, and then we'll talk and it'll be a funny story. Huzzah! But enough about me, guys. Like, that was just... Yeah, like, Land Down Under. Like, that's, like, one thing I've been working on for a while. Because, like, for the majority of my life, I've always been a little bit girl crazy. And so, the fact that I've been focusing on God so much and, like, reading the Word of the Lord... of late so much, especially, and then I get this presented with a scenario of temptation, and like the super attractive young lass, blah blah blah, and my only desire upon meeting her is to make sure that whatever, like if I ever speak to her again, I do so in a manner that honors God. And I think that's a major win. Whether or not I ever see her again, I think that this is a good, I guess, I wouldn't, not example, but, oh no, my phone fell. Stand by, everybody. Chaos. Alright. But I think that, like, at the end of the day, like, this is a good, I guess, example where it's like, all right, I was presented with something that could have been tempting, but I submitted myself to the Lord, and whatever happens, happens. That's up to Him. Great. And so I think that's the big win at the end of the day, is that I took something that is a very significant topic for single males, and I submitted myself to the Lord in that way. You may have had your brain replaced. Handy Adam Bear, did the Holy Spirit possess you of late? Oh, Handy Adam's in the Army? That's awesome. Yeah, so me as a Marine Corps veteran, like, I don't really get along with a lot of people because most people are retards. But, and they've got, like, they're in this stupid little American bubble. But, like, one of the things that was like, really cool about her was, like, dude, Army brat. Her dad has been in the Army for 22 years. And, like, she's all about homesteading, like, et cetera, et cetera. Like, she's basically a bear, just doesn't know it yet. Oh, yeah, so, yeah, definitely. Handy Adam, with that respect, I completely concur. When I was in the Marine Corps, I got entirely brainwashed. Not only, like, in boot camp and initial training and stuff, but then, like, after that, I got arrested by NCIS for some bullshit, and I got interrogated for 24 hours, twice. By literally NCIS. It was an unpleasant experience. Tartarian Productions, there's no such thing as a former Marine. Once a Marine, always a Marine. Warbear, awesome, dude. Thank you for your service, brother, man. Dude, I love how many veterans are in the Bears. It's just so awesome. Because veterans get each other on, like, a level that most civilians can't possibly comprehend. Though in my teens I had to fight gamma tendencies when it comes to relationships and women, it's the must be nice attitude that I've got to fight, right? Yeah, dude, exactly. But, like, that being said, though, lay down on a bear, like, the whole, like, must be nice, it, like, Osama, welcome. Like, the whole must be nice where it's like, oh, he's, like, in really good shape and all the girls like him, must be nice. Or you can recognize how psychology works and that women are not, like, as physically stimulated as men are. So it's not a matter of just being in physically good health, although that does help. But it's more about who you are and how much you honor God. The more able you are to honor God on a consistent basis in your life, and the better man you can continually, like, be and, like, get, like, constantly become a better man, that's what's going to, like, draw women to you. It's not about, like, you being a special boy. Osama says, I looked into building an unregistered AK. Yeah, dude, building an AK, an unregistered AK, isn't that hard, and the equipment isn't that expensive. But I'm glad you looked into that, bro. First Aid Bear, he's an Air Force brat, and your dad was a navigator in the jet fighter's lieutenant colonel. So, First Aid Bear, when I was on an Air Force base in Kyrgyzstan, I remember me and one of my buddies, we turned it into a game because, like, one time on accident, we didn't salute an Air Force officer, and so, like, we just got away with it, and then, like, after the fact, we're like, oh, shit, we just didn't salute an Air Force officer, and nothing happened. And, like, we were there for, like, about a week, and so then after that one accidental thing happened, we spent the rest of our time purposefully not, like, saluting Air Force officers just to see how much we would get away with. It was such a fun game. And, like, to be fair, like, my justification for this is because on this Air Force base in Kyrgyzstan, there was a legitimate bar. But only Air Force personnel were allowed to drink on this bar. Like there were like signs that specifically said no Marines allowed. It was really gay. So if you're gonna make a base with a bar and not let Marines drink on it, I'm not gonna salute your fucking officers, Air Force. Kind of kidding, First Aid Bear, but not really, because that was really gay. I'm still a little bit butthurt. I wish I could have drank in Kyrgyzstan. I haven't seen this guy in a week. Shit is stupid. Complete. Oh, Ward Bear, are you over in California? And so like you're seeing tons of like smoke and shit? Handy Adam, obviously, if Marines were allowed into the bar, we would drink all their booze in like less than 24 hours and tear the whole place apart. That's how we roll. That being said, don't put a no Marines allowed like sign on the door. That's just mean, and I don't like it. Oh yeah, dude, like when I was in the Marine Corps, getting with Air Force chicks was definitely a highlight because statistically they're way more attractive. Oh yeah, so you're an Oregon Warbear. Yeah, I was watching what's his face? Wrangle Star. I was watching a couple of Wrangle Star's videos, and he was like his videos were showing like how much smoke and how intense Oregon is right now. Like, are you safe, bro? Like, what's going on over there? Like, give us some like on the ground reporting if you can. What is this? Must be nice. Land Down Under Bear says, must be nice having military experience. Alright, Warbear, I am unfamiliar with the various levels of evac notice. Could you let us know a little bit more about that? Like, what does level 1 entail, level 2, etc., etc.? Like, what do these things actually mean? Three levels, 3 is go. Alright, so 3 is shit's hitting the fan, let's get the fuck out of here. 2 is like, we should probably get the fuck out of here, but let's risk it. And level 1 is like, meh, it's not that bad. But it also kind of sucks, low key. Alright, tracking. That makes sense. Word. And you guys want to jump on and talk for a bit? Like, I know I logged on a little bit late today, but my goal is to get on my previous like Instagram live streaks or whatever, people started really enjoying late nights with JapJap Bear. So I'm kind of going for a goal to stream roughly between 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. on weeknights, Arizona time. So I logged on just a little bit after 8 today. But we'll see where this goes, guys, because this is part of the whole Sleuth World news that's developing in conjunction with Beartaria Times. Alright, have fun charging your phone, Warbear. As you guys know, this is like more of a conversational thing, so you guys aren't really saying a whole lot. Want to trade one of your katanas for bear kits? Well, which one do you want, bro? And then we'll talk. Well, like that. To be fair, I don't want to screw you over, First Aid Bear, because like I could give you a standard reproduction katana, and like it wouldn't be worth the same like value of like one of your bear kits. So that'd be me just like screwing you over. Like a lot of these, like even though they're super cool, not all of them are like historical relics. Like some of them are. The one with the blood on it. Handy Adam Bear, you're gonna have to be more specific. In high school, almost all my blades like drew blood, like because me and my friends used to fight with all these swords all the time. Like where is it? This one right here, this mace. It's this wooden stick, and there's a metal chain. And this thing right there is a metal ball with spikes on it. One time in high school, I was fighting one of my buddies, and he blocked my attack with the sword, and one of the like little like links on the chain broke, and so the big metal spike ball like flew off of my mace, and it happened to stick itself in my buddy's knee, and he couldn't walk for like a week. It was pretty funny. How was samurai school, JapJap? Well, Landender Bear, today in samurai school, I learned the Hiya! 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 It was a very educational lesson today. Thank you for asking. Tomorrow, I think we're going to learn the Hiya! Obviously, they sound very similar, but there is a slight distinction on the pronunciation of Hiya. And that's a very important thing in samurai lessons. Thank you, Ward Bear. I appreciate that. But that's only like a basic move. After a couple years, I'll get to learn the Super Hiya move. And it sounds scary. I'm not ready for it yet. But we'll see once I get there. I've actually watched a couple of educational videos on like the proper Trainer Bear. Welcome, brother. So I've actually watched a couple of educational videos like on the proper handling of various medieval weapons according to various schools of military thought throughout the centuries. Like honestly, one of the most boring ones was using the halberd, because like it's such a technical weapon. Dude, no fucking way. I think it's the lighting. You can't possibly notice that yet. But I thank you for that. Like the halberd was the most boring because it's basically a pike, but it's a more Bosnia Bear, welcome, brother man. So first off, Bosnia Bear, you asked like probably a couple weeks ago, like, should I start waking up early to see these streams? And I was like, yeah, why not? And then I kind of stopped streaming for a while, so I apologize for that. But right now, what I'm working on is and today is like episode 1 of Late Night with JapJap Bear. and it's gonna be 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Friday, Arizona time. You better hope he's cutting weight with all his swords. Wait, so Warbear, you concur with Trainer Bear's hypothesis? Interesting. Because it just doesn't make sense. But I'll take the compliment. So thanks, guys. Trainer Bear, do you have anything fun to report to the Bears? Yeah, Warbear, I fucking love talking to Trainer Bear. He is a legitimate legend. And he's insanely intelligent. It's awesome. Did I tell you guys my thoughts on the book of Galatians, chapter 5, recently? Trainer Bear, how did you get discriminated against at the Apple Store today? Word, brother man. Obviously, family comes first, for sure. But when you've got time, I definitely want to hear about how you got discriminated at the Apple Store today. That sounds like an interesting story. See, even Wardbear wants to hear it. Everybody wants to hear your stories, Trainer Bear, because you, sir, are an adventure man. Handy Adam, welcome. Hi.
Hello.
Hello, kind sir.
Yeah, we should speak. We're both ex-military, so we need to somehow let everybody else know that they're not as good as us. I guess we do it with our special talk. We use acronyms. We're like, yeah, we took the FMDV down to the DMV. We had to do some, BBJ and the back of the dumpster with
dude,
Rogan.
What you're talking about literally happens at every single Trump rally I go to. So right now, I've only been to 3, and I get these little special boy passes every time because I'm a special boy. Mm-hmm. But every single time at one of these events, when I'm talking to the Secret Service, the military speak just comes out. And so at this last event, we were talking about security at the very front gate area before metal detector, and so they were just things like tracking, roger that, and just normal military things, because that's how I've been brainwashed.
Yeah.
And they're like, "You serve?" I was like, "Yeah, man." You? I was like, "Yeah, man." And we just got a fist bumped.
Yeah. Well, I was also pre September 11th though, so this is a different.
Oh, dude, fucking respect.
It was in August of 01, I was in the National Guard, Special Forces Support, and I was partying and stuff, and I didn't really want to be there. They didn't really want me there. So I think it kind of worked out that they kicked me out just before September 11th. So that was
Did they kick you out for dumpster diving?
No, that's only a very recent thing. I'm well known now as a dumpster diver. But I just started doing that last winter. This is all new. And I'm getting so much stuff. I mean, I'm just amazed at the stuff I get out of dumpsters. I'm like, man, we could build a house out of dumpsters, but we don't want to build these crappy houses, these trash houses. We want to build Bertarian estates, in the trees or in the mountains, That's what I want to do. I think we could do it. Oh, we're still down to have you come out here and do some hunting and stuff. I think that could actually work out in our future.
Awesome, man. Let me know when you want me to come out, and I'll make the drive for sure.
Or we'll pick you up in a plane. Remember?
Yes,
But he's
even
got
better.
his
But
airplane hangar.
like I said before, I'm concerned about like the expense of airplane fuel, and I don't want to be a dick.
Um, he said it'd be like $600 like round trip or something in fuel.
Yeah, that's about what you told me last time too.
That's cheap. That's really cheap. You know, to fly. I had no idea. But anyway, but if you get your own airplane, you can just fly there yourself. Your own damn self. You got good eyes, right? Get an airplane.
I've got like 20/40 vision.
Yeah. So you could fly a laser beam ship. Got to get that laser beam ship going. You know, the Resonance didgeridoo floating, portal device, whatever you want to call it.
Well, like on the back of my driver's license, it says that I require glasses to drive like legally. And whenever like my friends like learn about that, my retort is, "Bro, I've memorized all the streets. I don't need to see where I'm going."
My angels guide me. Oh. Well, did you see this thing? Oh, can you guys see?
It's all blackness right now, bro.
Dark. Do I have? Well,
Oh, dude, Warbear's blind.
I'm in my bus. Oh, maybe I can turn this guy around. Ooh, that looks kind of cool. I don't know if you can see that.
Not really, like
There we go.
kind of.
There we go.
Is that like an old school map?
An old school gold foil map. See if we can get California.
Dope.
Oh yeah, and you know what it has? You know what it has? Let's see. See California as an island?
It's got California as an island?
Yep. So lots and lots of maps like 500 years ago had California as an island. Like most of them did. So there's some crazy gravy about Atlantis falling into the sea like 1,000 years ago. Like that was a recent thing.
What I've literally never heard that before, but my initial reaction is, all right, mainstream like science is always like, oh, after X amount of years, California is gonna fall off the continental shelf and become its own island. So knowing that all they do is lie, it would make sense that they're just speaking about the reverse process. So 500 years ago, hypothetically, according to your sources, like California legitimately could have been an island, and that would like kind of follow Logos, and would be super interesting. Do you have any more like good gravy sources on that, Brianna?
Okay,
welcome.
so the gravy source that I have, and everybody check this out. It's really nice, concise videos called Space Busters on YouTube. They have one on Atlantis, and I think that was like part 1 of Atlantis where that gravy was from. But it's fascinating. But Space Busters on YouTube, and then they have one about blimps in the Belfry, and it's all about how there used to be very accurate maps because everybody for at least the last 1,000 years have been flying everywhere with blimps worldwide. Commercial.
Does Space Busters specifically talk about the whole California thing you were just mentioning?
I think that one is in the Atlantis series. There's like 4 videos. I think that's in like one of the first ones of that, talking all about maps and everything. It's really cool.
All right, tracking. So I've got some research to do.
But yeah, they're really nice videos though. Like you could do them for a homeschool or something. Very concise and well made, and cool narration and everything. So
Nice.
I'm like, I could use this for homeschool. I'm like, my kids are gonna learn awesome stuff.
Hell yeah, dude. Brianna, how was South Dakota or South wherever the hell you were? So Handy Adam, some people, Trainer Bear was asking for me to discuss my Galatians gravy with you.
Okay.
So, let me grab my Bible real quick. Stand by.
Must be nice being ex-military. Must be nice.
Ex-military, how dare you?
It must be nice having given the peanut butter shot in the ass. Must be nice.
You must really enjoy large shots of peanut butter near your asshole. Must be nice that you can shoot a gun really well. Eh. All right, but so Galatians chapter 5. It's
That's good.
So it's mark my words. I, Paul, tell you, if you let yourselves be circumcised, Christ will be of no value to you at all. And that's kind of like the nail in the coffin, like backbone of what I'm talking about right now. And the reason why I say that is because the passages of Galatians preceding and after that are basically talking about there's no justification in the law. Like if it was able to, if there was a possibility to become righteous through the law, then Jesus Christ would not have had to make a sacrifice. And it's a bunch of, the wording is really specific and really cool. But basically it's like faith above works. And so then in Galatians 5, Paul is addressing the whole topic where there was a bunch of Jews that were like, we need to keep clipping the weans. That's what happened to us.
Right.
We've got to do it to our kids. We've got to keep clipping the weans. That's what we do. We're the Jew. And so
I got this whole business. How am I going to send Sonny to college?
Right? Like, if I can't make money being a mohel, how am I going to send my kids to rabbinical school?
What would I have to do? Work in the field? Oi, I don't want to get my nails all dirty.
How dare you let my kids get a tan? That's just, they're not goyim. How dare you?
Cover yourself, boys. Get out of the sun. Get out of the sun, boys. Get out of the sun. It'll be the death of you. Oh, these guys are so gross. They're so realistic. Oh, that's funny.
So, in the early church, a bunch of these Jews were trying to make the new Christian converts who were not previously circumcised to get circumcised and to follow the law of Moses in a bunch of other ways. And so in Galatians chapter 5 is when Paul is really refuting this whole concept, this ideology. And he does it on point. He says that if you feel as though you need to get circumcised because you need to follow the law of Moses, you might as well completely emasculate yourself, aka just cut the whole fucking thing off.
Right.
Because that's literally what, if you're trying to follow the law above faith, you're literally spiritually emasculating yourself. And I was trying to find a good analogy or explanation to do this in less than a minute. I just couldn't, to apply it to American Christians. But look at how many American Christians follow all these bullshit little social rules according to their specific denomination. Mm-hmm. And they're literally doing the exact same thing as the Pharisees, except they have less biblical proof to stand on their stupid little traditions.
Yeah, everything's being exposed right now. It's 2020. I keep coming back to that. It is 2020 vision. It is an apocalypse, which is an unveiling, right? It's all these secrets, light is being shown, and they're they're all scurrying, And part of that is this institution of church that was created it's church mixed with business, And so that's all if you're still going for that, you're lost, in many ways. I mean, it's about people. Owen keeps saying this. It's about community and people. It's more important that you have a friend than if you're right. I'm oh, that's such a good way to look at things, But you got to know when to cut bait with some people. Some of these people, they're just, you try to snap them out of it. That's what I think I'm doing in the city. I'm like yelling, I'm screaming out here. I'm just like, I just want to like kick something so people will be like, whoa. I'm like, yeah, hey, look right there. Turn around and look. Giant storm clouds coming. This place is going to burn. It's going to raise to the ground. Babylon is falling. And they're like, oh, and they don't see it. They can't even turn around.
Yeah. I had a very similar mindset for a significant period of time. And now I'm more kind of like along the vibe where like, I understand that most people are purposefully ignorant, and so I'm not gonna try and like force them to like stop being retards. If they're curious and they ask me, which a lot of my friends do, like they ask me about various things at various times, and so yeah, I'll let my friends like ask me things, but at this point, like if they don't want to know, like they're not going to accept me trying to push that knowledge, you know?
Right. Ooh, you fell in a box. You fell in a box, bro. It's a heavy box. I'm almost in my house. I'm almost there. 3.
Are you getting raped by a box right now?
Oh, I'm losing my grip. Oh, I lost my grip. Made it. Oh, I dropped something. Whew, that was heavier than I thought.
Handy, Adam, it sounds like you're dying. What's going on?
How are the horses?
They were running on was completely caught up like around her neck, around her legs.
Oh.
And cut her loose with my knife.
Where they at? Where they at now?
Back over there.
Okay, cool. All right, horses are good. Lots of action when you have a lot of things going on.
'Tis true.
Tangled up in the kudzu. They were. My 16-year-old was like, yeah, I just cut him loose with my knife. I'm like, yes, my 16-year-old daughter carries a knife. It's a good thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let someone break her heart. She will stab their heart in return.
Oh, I was thinking, like, the way it's working, like, there's going to be, like, these different princes that are all going to be vying for them and be like, well, Hugh, so I don't know. Like, what is dating going to be like in the future? That's so funny. My daughter's not been grappled. Oh, it's amazing.
That is good. Trana Bear says that you need a 5G tower near you.
I need one? Another one?
That's what Trana Bear says.
This one is, I got this one, you know, I just use it for, use it when I need to work out. I get real close to it. When I need to just work out, mental fortitude. I just like stare at it and I try to like beam itself back into itself and make it explode. Doesn't ever work, but I'll keep trying. It's my morning routine with my 5G
Make sure to
tower.
videotape that, because one day when you make that 5G tower explode with your mind, that will go viral.
Yeah, exactly.
But shortcut, just take some C4 and just like do like a magic trick.
Yeah. Yeah. I could just be like, hey, I'm just going to turn this into an eco-friendly thing. We're just going to harvest some of this extra energy that nobody's actually using. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? I do have. I can feel them if I pay attention. I can feel one just to my left as I'm facing north. Just to my left, just a little bit off to my front right. I can feel a few of the towers, and I can see them whenever I drive around. But if I didn't have these giant trees, I could see probably quite a few of them. But it's big old trees here. So if I keep going east, away from the city, very quickly, it like the whole thing changes. Like the whole atmosphere changes. Color changes.
4 or 5.
Color of the sky changes. It's amazing. So there's like a little like squishy area like it where I'm right on the edge of the city. Like I could definitely never go any closer, but I'm thinking going further away might be a good idea. It might be nice. Get up in the mountains a little bit. So,
Yeah, man, for sure.
Well, this is what I was really thinking. Like, think about this, right? These people who have grown up in like being trained like as children, like as assassins and stuff, like working for these like satanic ritual abuse, like crime families, you know, and all sorts of crazy stuff. You know, they get set free, and then they're like a warrior for God, like that guy Nathan Reynolds, and he's like, so I'm like picturing all these people coming out and be like, listen, like I'm going for the truth now, hardcore, you know, and I'm willing to do anything, you know, like let's set these captives free. And I'm like, oh, like my house could be like a refuge of like missionaries that would go into the city and like do like works and stuff like that. You know, maybe that's what this place will be. It's an acre. It's really nice. We have Mexican neighbors. It'd be a really good place to like come and chill out of the city, you know, before you go up to the
So
hills. It's just
even though you have next
like go to the
neighbors,
hills.
your own landscaping.
Are you there?
Radio check. Radio check.
Hello, hello. Can you see my house?
Hello, I have you, Lima Charlie. Loud and clear.
Signal strength is his enemy.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. A drone with butane. Trina Bear is like, I'm trying to get him on the turpentine, straight turpentine fuel. That's all you need. Except we don't use combustion engines. We resonate and we float. We hover. Can we just hover a little bit? How hard is it to hover? Are you kidding me? I watched all those movies, and I expect something to hover on.
Well, that's just basic electromagnetics, bro.
Right. So why do they hide that, obfuscate that from us? So I'm excited for the future when it comes to energy. That's for sure. I'm like,
Definitely.
didgeridoos. Let's use them. Let's make giant didgeridoos. You know? What if you made a didgeridoo that was like, I don't know, didgeridoo on top of a didgeridoo on top of a didgeridoo?
1,000-foot tall didgeridoo produces all the power for the entire world.
Who's gonna play it, man?
Well, like, think
Oh, that's
about
so funny.
like these crazy tall trees from like the pre-Noah flood, like pre-Diluvian times. Imagine if they just took one of those like massive trees that went above the clouds and turned that into a didgeridoo.
Okay.
Power for the entire world.
Yes.
Easy. Welcome,
Tone.
welcome, everybody.
Generate the tone. The wind. The Holy Spirit. Like the neshama. That's my daughter's name too. The one that carries a
Nice.
sword. Oh, and I'm thinking swords maybe actually like, and I'm like, oh, wait a second. We need to get in on this because having all the women good with swords and with bows and arrows, that's a very good thing to have. You know,
Oh yeah, teaching your women how to defend themselves is like
future of
family
zombies.
raising 101.
Exactly. It's funny because when all the children were at home one time and they were worried about something, they all grabbed all the swords. And they told us a story, and it's like nobody was there or anything, but they thought somebody was there. So they're ready.
Yeah, this in a bigger size. Look how good it is.
Oh yeah, look at this. You see?
I don't see. It's all dark. I see a tunic. Connection is poor.
Oh, what a mess.
What am I looking at? Robin Hood Bear, welcome, welcome. Andy Adam, what am I looking at, bro?